What is up, guys? Logan here again with another video. We're talking about Palantir again, and I know I've been making so many of these videos, but you guys have been loving them. It's been so good for the channel, and there's so much to talk about. Just recently, too, with the amount of movement, and this is still one of the hottest stocks out there. So I want to just keep up with this for a little bit, and then pretty soon, launch into some other topics, kind of sprinkle in credit spreads and all that. But I wanted to say, hey, let's get into another technical analysis video. And I'm really excited for this one. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, also check the links in the description for free Robinhood stock, and then also check out the link to my CBD website for my CBD company, so make sure you check those out. Also join the Discords below, the premium and the free one. So I just want to say that real quick. But I was looking at Palantir again today, using my RSI again. We got the sell in the morning. Look at the volume. First I'll zoom out so I can show you guys this. Look at the volume we are getting today, right? This volume spike was equivalent to when they sold off from 33, right? So right in market open, I guarantee you it was because of the gap down overnight that we saw where it fell $2. And there's people, like I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes you just have paper hands when you trade, or maybe you bought at 20, you saw that it was coming back close to 20, so someone was like, I'm getting out now. So check that out. But man, that gap down overnight, led to so much volume in the morning. Over 10 million trades. It looks like if we're right about here, we're looking at, what is that, 12 million trades in 5 minutes. 12 million trades, and that's buying, selling, and there's people holding this stock too. So I want to talk about that. But here's our first sell, which actually was its low for the day. Crazy to see. When I saw that open all the way down to 21.15, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is great. Peloton's on Palantir's on sale. And then I watched it go through the VWAP again, and today was shaky with it, but the technical charts still helped this stock a lot today, as we'll see. But once I saw this green candle here, I started to think, okay, we're on the rise, like we're good to go. Palantir to 25, but you got to remember, we're still under the EMA. So I knew that if we did mount this, I was going to hop out. If I did make an entry here, I was waiting for, the market to shake out like I always do. But we stayed on the VWAP, but there's still no room for an entry, right? Like it rode up a little bit, supernatural, but we're still under the EMA. We're still above the VWAP though, which is good. More bullish sign. And then we did get another climb right here up to 2340. But still, like, no room for me, as I knew that we were still close to the EMA. The volume had tapered down, so I was like, you know what? Let's not watch it. So I stopped watching it here, consolidated the rest of the day. We did fall, and then here's the clear break candle, right? Once you detach yourself from the VWAP, clear break, and then we slowly fell down the rest of the day, then started to climb towards power hour, and within the last hour of the day, closed the day out. But we're looking good after hours on Palantir right now. But my future outlook right now is I'm going to just sit. I'm going to sit and watch right now with the amount of uncertainty that we got going on. And here's the thing, the market's been roaring the last 2 days. Completely roaring. So with that and Palantir dropping, I think that kind of shows, like, if we did have maybe a couple red days soon coming up, we could fall even more. But like I said, I'm a trader. As long as you're not the guy who bought at 33.50, I think you're having a pretty great time with the stock. But I'm a trader, right? So that's what I do, is I kind of look at the market as neutral as possible. I don't look at things as like they got to go up, or they should go up, or they should go down, or it has to go down. I just look at it neutrally, right? So I use my RSI, and we could even use that here to find this play today, right here. Now this is all pre-market, even though it says it's oversold. But when you're underneath 30, a little blue mark comes up on my RSI. I have it set to the 70-30. And like I said, I'll get into this in a future video, a little bit more in depth. But if we're looking here, we're overbought. This is after hours. But this little oversell, you could honestly take a position. I like to always wait. Like, of course, I never take it right at 30, because if you're in a downtrend, you're still going to be in the downtrend, right? Even if you're oversold. So you got to wait for bullishness, you got to wait for volume, which picked up. But I really don't even trade this much in this time of the day. I'm a big fan of the first hour and a half and the last hour. So that's the other thing. You could have rode it up right here in the span of what, like 20 minutes? That's a pretty solid movement from 21 to 22.50. Could have hopped in, hopped out in 20 minutes. So make sure you set up your RSIs like that. But I've been using this a lot too when watching Palantir as of recently. But like I said, that gap down, I mean, even yesterday, we did have a selling market in the morning for a lot of stocks. Yesterday, I remember I was a little nervous on a couple of my plays, and then they picked back up. And Palantir really never did that. I mean, they did sort of in the middle of the day, but still, they dropped from $28 yesterday and all the way down to 21 today. So I'm going to continue to monitor them. But man, I would honestly love to see it back in the teens range just because I'm a trader, which I would love to see more of an opportunity to play it, right? If it falls to 15, I have more put space that I can play. And then also when it's down to 15, let's say it came back up to 30 again, then you can buy calls and you can also buy shares. And it's just a really phenomenal time, right? Like that's how I think about a lot of things. So I just wanted to touch on that really quickly, but the volume was crazy today with them. And they're looking strong after hours. So who knows what we'll see tomorrow? I mean, the market's looking good, IWM's looking good, so small and large cap, QQQs, tech's looking great. My credit spreads are pumping right now. So I'm just really excited, and I'm glad I could share this video with you and kind of what I see. So I'm just really excited. And I also, before I end this video, wanted to talk about, so I'm doing a live stream this weekend on Saturday. I'm playing Warzone with a couple buddies. We're going to be talking stocks, so you guys if you want to ask me any questions or just come hang out, drink and hang out for some entertainment, grab some popcorn, you can do that too. But yeah, this is all I've been seeing, watching Palantir a lot. A lot of other stocks popped today. I also grabbed a bunch of shares in one stock in particular. So that I'm really excited to see how these shares move. My other stock that I'm playing, Twitter was a good gain. I know I touched on that in the last video, but the Twitter gain was probably, or it was 20%, and then I took my profits. So if we check that out real quick after we talked about Palantir, actually, so I swung it from Monday into Tuesday. So we'll zoom in and I'll show you guys my thought process here, right? So when I was playing it with the team, with the premium members, I scooped it here on this dip, like I mentioned. Yeah, we opened low, but I really wasn't worried, right? I had my stop loss in place. 45 was my stop. Then we got bullish again. And then right here, where it started to become oversold, is when I started taking profits on my position. So right when we crossed 47, that was my target price. 47.04 was when I took my profits. Then we had that candle fall, because once I saw that we were overbought, right, that's where I'm like, okay, it could get bearish again. So when I took my profits, it fell all the way down to 46. So I was really excited about that trade, and that's kind of how I made that play. And the charts looked phenomenal in general. Like if we look at the 180-day, since we crossed back over the EMA, that's why I entered this position. So I still think there's room to the upside on Twitter, and of course I alert the members when I take a new position. So we'll continue to watch that, but I got my little 20% swinging it over in a day, and I think there's more room to the upside as we can also look at, reaching all-time highs again, because I think Twitter has that potential because we're bullish again now over the EMA. So I'm going to continue to watch it, but I think there's a lot of room still with Twitter, and I'm really excited for the future of that stock. That's going to be everything for me, though, guys. For real, thank you for all the support. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the video, as it helps me out a ton, and just really means a lot. You guys are the best community out there, as you already know, and I'm glad I can continue to make videos for you guys that you find valuable and help you with your trading. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video.